In February, we had a meeting with the Traffic Commission. They agreed we should have a traffic study. The good news this week was that they've written up a very detailed proposal for a traffic study. The bad news is there's no money. So I asked how much money is in the budget for traffic studies. $25,000. Our study is going to cost about, is it 25, is 30,000. That means you can't even cover ours. So I started asking some questions. Who made this decision on how much money? Is that all they wanted? And I was told they actually wanted $200,000. The Traffic Commission was set up by the city charter because we need to do something about our traffic. The apartments are coming in. There is nothing in this town that I've ever heard anyone tell me it's fine. And everyone's been saying to me, what are we going to do? How are we going to get through town? So to have $25,000 for this makes no sense. So I'm wondering what happened. We never heard a higher amount, but people on the Traffic Commission told me they asked for $200,000. So I'm going the opposite direction. I think we need money to do our traffic studies so we can get around the city. Could maybe perhaps the mayor tell me, did you get a request for more than $25,000?
Yeah.
I think
Good. Ms. Grove,
on
there was a question.
the Traffic Commission, is there
Kelly?
somebody from DPW who
Ms.
would
Kelly?
know?
So a lot of the Traffic Commission requests were actual things to change, like crosswalks and to be able to do a sidewalk or amendment or something like that. And we already have both capital appropriations and highway department appropriations that the Traffic Commission could make a request into DPW Highway to do those types of things. So we picked a handful of the items from the initial request that would include being able to do some small studies as requested by people in front of the Traffic Commission.
But a small study is $30,000. So I'm wondering, did you have a discussion with the head of Traffic Commission on this? Because I've spoken to him, and he did feel that they needed this money.
So I'm not sure the traffic study was identified as $30,000 in the initial request, which was requested all the way back in December. So, you know, and we still would have to go out to bid for it, so there's no guarantee that it's not going to be $25,000.
Well, that's only one study. I mean, this is just one small neighborhood.
Remember, we can't increase, we only can decrease the budget. So make your point, and then we can move on, please.
Well, I think we have a problem, so what can I say? I don't know who made that. You're saying your department made that decision. So you're telling me there is money elsewhere that can be used for these studies?
For things like requests, so the majority of the requests were for things like adding crosswalks and crosswalk signals and doing an engineering study here or there. We have an engineering department, we have a highway department, and we have capital projects that include doing sidewalks and operating dollars for crosswalks and lighted signals, et cetera. So we have other resources for the actions that the Traffic Commission wants to make. We gave them a modest amount of budget to be able to do studies as requested by people who come in front of them.
It's not enough.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Grove.
Nothing's enough.
Next, pass